Intrepid viewers, Lena coming to you from tomorrow. It's Sunday in Australia and I've gone down a layer. It's a bit warmer now, not what you want to hear, I know. So I will have a look at the wildfires and what's happening a bit later in this video. Sorry, I'm croaky. We've had a lot of collaborations in the last few days. I've done a lot of talking. And on Becca's channel, we had a fundraiser for Planned Parenthood the other night, and we raised $4,500 on the live stream. Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for that. And the donation button's still open on that video. So I think we can all give ourselves a bit of a pat on the back for that. So good on you guys for supporting. And heaven knows it's needed, you know. A viewer was saying some guy went into Walmart, I think it was in Wisconsin, looking to buy condoms and was told by the salesperson, no, I'm pro-life. I can't sell them to you. And he said, look, take me to the manager, who said, no, pro-life, we're not selling condoms. I mean, boycott Walmart. Where do these people get off? You know, like, oh, no. Now, yes, we found out belatedly there is no such thing as a domestic terrorism statute on the books in the US. Can you believe that? So when the term's used, it's used by journalists and other people to describe what's happening, what is blatantly domestic terrorism, and it's time it was on the books. So there's a lot of administrative work ahead for the USA. So, beloveds, what have we got here? We've got Garland again struggling, you know, with obviously a compromised DOJ. But I'm still not quite there to write him off. Some viewers have said, and I have to agree, it would have been better off putting Kamala Harris in as AG, as the Rottweiler. But anyway, rather than vice president, but there we go. We've got Garland. I think we all know that he means well, but oh dear, you know. So we're just going to have a quick look at the DOJ, because what I want to know is, are they making headway with the majority of their cases? We've got to understand he's got hundreds and hundreds of people under him. There are lots of tributaries to these various investigations. So I want to know, are they getting on top of things at the DOJ, or are they being swamped? So surely they're given all the resources that they need, but let's have a look. Are the DOJ handling things? Are they making progress, or are they falling radically behind? Let's have a look at the health of the DOJ. I'm looking at it from a health angle. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say about this. Oh, I'm pleased about that. Now, all right. It starts off well and then wobbles, and then God knows what's happening really. Oh, I'm a bit confused by this, Intrepid viewers. They're complicated cards. First out was victory, you know, that they're riding into battle on these things and they have a sense of victory on the horizon. I was pleased to see that. They are keeping their cards close to their chest. And even though we'd like to hear more about these things, it's actually not appropriate. They can hold them as tight as they like, as long as they're doing something. The Queen of Swords is pushing on symbolically, Lady Justice. This is the big picture of justice. After all, they are the department of her, right? So that part was good. Their foundations are more solid than they were. Fours are good for building on. But here comes the knotty stuff. There's things they're having to do they don't want to do, or things they're having to take on that they might not want to take on. There's a resistance still in there, right? Arms folded. Then the Tower. Oh, my God. But before we go into a blind panic about the Tower, let's get some clarifiers. What is happening with the Tower? Why is the Tower there? Why is the Tower there? Oh, okay. Okay. Do not fret. Let's have a look and then I'll explain what I just heard. Oh, you can see my jammies. Yeah. All right. Now, what's happening with this Tower? If you look at this image, the crown is being blown off the Tower, and Trump gets regular cards for all of us, but for me, he gets the Emperor, he gets the Devil, and he gets the Tower. So I think this is, they have the goods for an explosive demolition when it comes to that. And he, the Yeti, will be forced into the wilderness, so to speak. This Eight of Cups here could well be everything that he has held dear, you know, and that would be things you can count, right? Because it's not people. It's not people. So what runs, because Trump is actually a very emotional guy. He just runs on emotion and adrenaline, right? He'll be forced out. And I'm most heartened, Biden's left standing. Oh, so that was a bit traumatic, that little reading. Moving right along. Now, I think the truly ugly of the week award in his own language has to go to Matt Gaetz. He did that classic thing that vile men do, which is talking about women who are too ugly to get pregnant. You know, it's the same argument they use all the time. It is, do they not understand that sperm is making its way through the fallopian tubes, got nothing to do with what you actually look like, pet? You know, it's just inexcusable. This is a public office holder. I mean, appalling. So just for sheer satisfaction, let's have a quick look. What's happening with his various court cases? Because he, like all of them, has been allowed to run around. Remember that his sort of best friend type guy, to cut down his own sentence about trafficking minors across state lines, dropped Gaetz in it. But is he rich enough to skate? Let's ask the question, will Gaetz get away with what he's done legally? Will he get away? Ooh. Best find out. Oh, he gets the Tower too after all that shuffling. Oh, oh no, he's not getting away. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, I love this. Okay. He can be as abusive and Neanderthal as he likes, but he will not escape his Tower of Justice. And it is in motion And he is going to be skewered by these issues. That's good, because I was just thinking, I'm so sick of seeing these people walk around and have access to microphones. Really over it. These are not fabulous cards for Matt Gaetz. Can't happen soon enough. Let's hope. She's very busy. Lady Justice is working overtime, the poor thing. So please give us some good news, you know. But speaking of good news, Rupert Murdoch, owner of Fox, let's not call it Fox News, owner of Fox, he has 2 flagship papers. Wherever he is in any country, including the UK or anywhere, he always has a gutter press and a high-end press to push his reactionary, right-wing, dinosaur, violent points of view. So he has the New York, not the New York Times, what's the other one? New York Post, that's his gutter press, and the Wall Street Journal. And they've both come out blistering the Yeti after the J6 hearings. Blistering. And the New York Post said he's unworthy of public office. So the question is, will that translate into Fox actually closing down the Yeti properly? Not just 2 anchors supporting him and 3 anchors against him or something. Will it turn, or because he's such a cynical, hideous creature, if he makes money off it, will he let it just keep going with a free rein? So will Fox turn on Trump? Will Fox itself turn on Trump? Looking. The love affair, the good life, money. No, not really. Not with these cards. No. You know, this is the bond between the viewers and Fox, even though they have lost some viewers, even though they have started to drift away. Murdoch, for his own reasons of the good life, if it makes him money, he does not care. He has no soul. He is actually a successful Yeti, right? He's phenomenally rich. So that fool's gold, he doesn't care, it's gold. He'll buy it, he'll use it, he'll make more money off it. He's a kingmaker. Trump thinks he is, but Rupert Murdoch actually is, right? Rupert Murdoch, entertainment purposes only, was responsible for Margaret Thatcher and in many ways Reagan. It was his support of those candidates that gave us neoliberalism. Remember when the working class lost the manufacturing industries and the steel industries and all of that? That was them. He is a kingmaker. He will decide, not so much keep backing Trump, but he will decide who they'll back. And that person will be given all the considerable resources of the Murdoch empire. And please don't think for 1 minute things will change when he carks it and Lachlan takes over, because Lachlan, well, poor Lachlan, he hasn't really got a brain. You know, he's just a sort of pale clone of his father. He's just an anemic, washed up mini mogul. Doesn't have a lot going on between the ears. So expect Fox to sort of just drift and then they'll back someone else. Okay, and it won't be Pence. Why does Pence think he has a hope in Hades? Okay, people are not going to vote for a cardboard cutout, you know. No, but he's just there taking up oxygen. Okay, now my main question today, at least from my point of view, is with all this Secret Service stuff, I digress. With all this Secret Service stuff, right? Now, we know, because we were shocked over and over and over, every 5 minutes, it seemed, of Trump's presidency, he was sacking people from major departments, major organisation, and replacing them with docile idiots, right? So he could do it. Really, I'm here to tell you, if anyone's listening, Biden and the Dems need to get onto HR in all these departments, right, including the post office. I don't know what that hold-up is. You get on there, you get talk to HR, in Homeland Security, in the Inspector General's offices, you know, the Electoral Commission, every major organisation, and you go, please give us a list of who was sacked and actually put them back, because most of these were long-term public servants who were bipartisan enough to do their jobs. They had all that experience. They were cast out during the Yeti reign and replaced by ill-informed imbeciles. So get them back. You'd probably be able to get back 70% of them. You know, ring them up, talk to them, offer them their jobs back. I mean, really? Anyway, back to the Secret Service. I think we'll eventually get most of those things back, although you have to wonder how much of it was on private phones and how much time it will take to get those messages back. But the Inspector General's office has come in and said all these bad things happened. Right? They also said, apparently, from investigative reporters, I'm reporting this, that they said, we actually knew in February that they had deleted those texts, but we failed to notify anyone on the J6 committee. In other words, they sat on that information for 4 or 5 months. So they're going to have to investigate themselves. The Inspector General's office is announcing an investigation. Well, who's doing it? I mean, I'm not a fan of organisations investigating themselves. So who's, I mean, really, so let's have a look at this complete disaster that is the infiltrated Secret Service, the losing of all this data, the IG's office looking into it. Will they get to the bottom of it? Maybe I'm just being a jaundiced old hag. Maybe they will. What will happen with this inquiry? This will give us an overview. We'll keep track of it. An overview of what's happening with the Secret Service and Inspector General's office. Queen of Wands, there's a card. It's a process. Oh, look, you'd have to say, look, I hope they get there in the end, you know, but look, Queen of Wands. This is someone, it could be an actual woman, like a person, or it could be a more mature energy is going to take hold of this, because there's so much corruption in so many arms of government. I think they need 2 tiers. This card is suggesting to me that they have to get on with their core business, right? Which is very hard when your own organisation or department is being investigated. But they have to walk and chew gum. They have to get on with it. So they need someone like the Queen of Wands to handle the investigations. In other words, insulate the actual bureaucracy and the workers a bit from these investigations, because otherwise morale falls through the floor, productivity follows, right? They need to get 2 tiers going, and she should be in charge. So this is saying to me there is someone in relation to the Secret Service, data, pursuit of data, etc., dedicated to this, who will stop at nothing. There's an emotional element to all this. Could it be that some people are feeling a little bit guilty? They've actually watched the J6 and think, oh, we were used. Could it be a bit of guilt in this emotion? Dare to hope, dare to dream. If not, it's just an overflow of emotion. Right? The heads of these departments, as they resign, get kicked out, get hauled over the coals, whatever, they're feeling very embattled, and so they should. May they not sleep until they are completely honest with the Queen of Wands. There's going to be some false flags. We've got the false knight. So we're going to get some fake apologies emotionally, saying, oh, look, really sorry, someone else asked me to, or sorry, I didn't realize it was illegal. You know, we're going to get these mini fake apologies, none of which are acceptable. And hopefully they're not going to fool her for a nanosecond. So this is like a really forceful woman or a series of forceful characters in this role. And then they're up against the Judge Judy of justice. Don't come to me with this nonsense. That's not what I asked. I don't want to hear your lies. I don't want to hear your apologies. Right? I just want your resignation letter on my desk by lunchtime. Thanks. So I think it's these no-nonsense women who are going to strike fear into the hearts of some of these slippery, slimy people. Ooh. Ooh. Now, I can't go without looking at Fannie Willis. She's our new heroine. So the AG of Georgia, she sent out target letters to GOP officials, including the head of the GOP in Georgia. Go Fannie Willis. But it doesn't stop there, of course. Okay, remember the bogus electors. So that involved people illegally signing off on fake numbers, I assume, you know, saying this is the tally or whatever they do. I'm not quite sure what they do, but it involves signing off. And 84 Trump supporters in 6 states signed off on these. So the other 5 states, as I understand it, are Michigan, Nevada, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. So you'll know more than I do how many of those states have officials who possibly are not totally corrupt. So I'm going to ask as a collective, what's happening in Georgia? Will it provide a legal precedent for other states? Will they use it? Will they take it up? You know? Will she break the ground for these other states and the other 84 fake signatories? 84 of them. So it's about a dozen in each state sort of thing. How will it go for them, the fake electors? What's going to happen for the fake electors? Well, I'm intrigued. Oh. Oh, we're going to have some talking, some singing. Look, these are mid-level people who were carried away with the Trump train, patriotism. They're saving America by destabilizing and undermining the election results. Go figure. But I think most of them actually believed it. Ooh, okay. This is them. Every day's a good day, yeah, let's do this. He's our guy, we can do this. We're doing our bit. But this is important for America, my fabulous America card. Karma. This is the destiny of America rests in the hands of these sort of investigations. This is so important because the system, let's face it, let's be honest, let's be crystal clear, the system was hobbled and on its knees before Trump went down that escalator. So in a way, by really taking on these people, it's the beginning of the mass clear out, the 2 to 5 year plan. We're going to be bonded here, intrepid viewers, for quite some time to reclaim America and make it actually a functioning democracy. Because really, it's been a sort of a shiny, gilded thing. America, in many ways, was always bigger than the sum of its parts. Right? It is a dream, or as someone said, you'd have to be asleep to believe it. But yes, so this is karmically what needs to happen. And these, to a certain extent, are the canaries in the coal mine, these fake electors. They were deceived. The wool was pulled over their eyes. They thought it was the good fight. This is an element of, there's now 2 leaving cards right now. Just check out this card if you're not familiar with the 5 of Swords. These people have all fought together, right? And they've won because here are the swords of those who were beaten. But they've turned away from the guy who led them. Yeah, think about that. And they're moving from choppy waters, into the smoother waters. This is a relative concept. This is them spilling their guts so they don't get significant jail time for this. This is electoral fraud on a big scale. If you are signing up, if you're fudging someone's signature to vote for your uncle, that's one thing. This is statewide stuff. So this is them, I think, doing plea deals. Now it's a 6. 6 states. I think this might happen in each of the 6 states. But the thing with this is, it is also a lunar eclipse, meaning certain things will be revealed through the portal of this. We are going to find out things in the course of these investigations that are going to make our hair curl. We think we've heard it all, but we haven't. Oh my God. So here with another installment from Australia, I wish you all love, 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 and find out what you can do to make a difference. Be kind, be active, but take rests in between. Guard against burnout. You need to be in peak condition. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.